Yakuza! There are so many things I love about this series, because more than the stories of polarizing quality, memorable characters, and satisfying gameplay, I've always been a fan of how over the top everything is, because it makes the series stand out. But if there's one thing that made me say, yes, I need to play these games now, is the karaoke. I thought it was absurd to see these organized crime dudes singing different songs. Which is dumb, because now that I think of it, that also happens in Mexico too. But anyway, that's why I wanted to rank my 10 favorite karaoke songs in the whole Yakuza series. Of course, this list is gonna be pure bias, but that's what makes this video so fun to watch. Anyway, let's start with... Hell's 2 is an incredibly bizarre song that works because it's both cool and ridiculous at the same time. On the surface it seems like a heavy power metal anthem, but the lyrics are all about cooking a soup. It sounds stupid in concept, but again,
all of this just works. It's not, I'm not kidding.
It has an incredibly contagious energy and the composition makes the whole track epic and grandiose. I also like how you unlock this song after Shao, the final party member in Like a Dragon, joins your team. It makes the song feel like a celebration of sorts, and the music video helps with that because you have all these grown men having the time of their lives. It's so over the top, but it's incredibly memorable. Another great thing about Hell's 2 is that no matter which version of the song you listen to, all of them are very enjoyable. In Japanese, Ichiban absolutely delivers in his performance, and in English, Shao kills it in every way. And that's actually an achievement. The English karaoke songs in Yakuza are... definitely not better than the Japanese versions, to put it kindly. But Hell's 2 is a rare case where both are equally enjoyable to me. Literally the only downside is that the English version doesn't have a full arrangement like the Japanese one. Would have loved to see more Shao fully singing this incredible song. Let me give you 2 useless facts about me. One of my favorite supporting characters in the whole series is Hana. She's great, she's the fucking best. If you tell me to dislike her, I'm taking that personally. And the karaoke songs performed by anyone who is not a protagonist, at least to me, are super forgettable or average. Raindrops is a unique case, because they took something I rarely bat an eye to and made it awesome by including someone who can make it great. Now, to be fair, Hana isn't the only carrying force for this song, especially since Raindrops can be performed by many different hostesses. But this is a song that is melancholic, outright depressing, and I'm serious. Read the English lyrics and it can be summed up as:
I like to cry at the ocean because only there do my tears seem small.
And Hana is the one that nails that emotion incredibly well with her performance. Also, this might just be me, but Raindrops is a pretty obscure song, considering it only appeared in 4 and Dead Souls, and you need to have the corresponding person to play it. I actually knew about it after I played both games, because Sega uploaded a bunch of Yakuza music to Spotify. By mere coincidence, I ended up listening to Raindrops and instantly loved the song. If you still haven't listened to it, give it a shot. You might end up liking it as much as I do. I've noticed that when people talk about the best karaoke songs in Yakuza, they usually refer to the depressing or the over-the-top ones. And that's fine, they deserve all the praise, but you know, I think the romantic songs deserve some attention too. I love me some romance, and pure loving Kamurocho feels that empty void inside me and then some. What makes this song a bit more unique is that it's a duet. You can have a main character and a hostess sing together, but as you will expect, Hana is simply the absolute best with this song. And I'm sorry, is that Akiyama singing with her? Sign me the fuck up! I don't care who else can sing this track. For me, this song is exclusively Akiyama and Hana's theme. They already had one of the best dynamics in the whole series, and this karaoke song only pushes that fact even further. Unless you count Kiryu and Akiyama together, that's also valid. And more than the background stuff, pure loving Kamurocho in general is super catchy, tells a wonderful story through its lyrics, and is immensely beautiful. Literally, its only fault is that the Akiyama and Hana version is not available through any official platforms. For some reason, it's always the Kiryu version, and it's fine, but it doesn't hit the same, you know? Yakuza 6 had a wonderful selection of new music. You will expect Kiryu to have the best ones, and to be fair, he does. He has great tracks. But in another twist, he takes a backseat this time to give the spotlight to the hostesses. Like a Butterfly is a song that no matter how many times I listen to it, I never tire. I love the build-up to the chorus and how fast-paced it is. But here's the thing, Like a Butterfly is sort of like a duet, and that's what makes this song so iconic. Because you have Kiryu and Ichiban rapping in the background with broken English, and that is incredible as it is cursed. Their screams aren't just for laughs, it's a part that belongs to the song. I'm convinced that if you remove the protagonist going apeshit, Like a Butterfly wouldn't be as memorable as it is. Oh yeah! And I'm glad the English dub kept the tradition by making Ichiban scream his lungs out instead of making the song more serious. While it's not superior to the Japanese version, I still think the English one is solid on its own. I'd be lying if I said Tonight didn't make me shed a tear when I first listened to it. A song that is part of Kiryu, it fits extremely well in the context of Yakuza Kiwami, and only becomes more powerful if you played Zero beforehand. It's a song that perfectly reflects Kiryu and Nishiki's relationship, a tune about friends who grew apart as time passed, with one expressing his desire to start everything again. I think that's both powerful and emotional, but also gives the player a full picture of what Kiryu truly desires. Honestly, there's not too much to add. Tonight is simply a wonderful song that encapsulates some of the most emotional aspects of the whole series. As long as you're happy. The title alone is enough to get a knot in my throat. I hope that expression translates well to English. To be fair, I'll only be repeating myself. As long as you're happy embodies everything that makes Tonight so memorable, but applies it to Majima. It gets better and it hits harder after you play Yakuza 0. I prefer this song just a little bit more because the romance between Majima and Makoto is one of my favorites in the whole series. Not to mention, this song was introduced in Kiwami 2, the game that gave us that extra Majima story that... I also think that As Long As You're Happy is incredibly unique because Majima is an awful singer in this song. Compare it to how professional and down-to-earth Tonight is, and you can tell that Majima is mostly screaming rather than singing. But I don't think that matters, because those screams are so genuine and full of emotion. Every line in this song is so heartfelt, and it tells you how hurt Majima is under his insane character. Kinda like how the class clown feels when he returns home. Also, have you ever heard the full version of this song? It's really damn long. 6.5 minutes of pure pain. For this next song I want to ask you, do you remember your first exposure to the Yakuza series? I'm a bit unsure myself. I can recall seeing some cool dynamic intros and funny moments on the internet, but something that always pops up in my mind is a certain song. It left such a strong impact on me that it made me say, okay, I need to play these games now, whatever it takes. And that song just happens to be... I love this song like you can't imagine! It showed me that Yakuza isn't just Japanese Grand Theft Auto. It was a taste of what I could expect in terms of crazy shenanigans, and it told me why I should play Yakuza, what makes it so unique. If I had to choose anything to convince someone why they should give this series a shot, I'll show them this clip. As well as some cool hit actions. This is one of my personal favorites, by the way. 24 Hours Cinderella is also incredible because the song isn't trying to be anything it's not. It doesn't deliver any special message, it's not deep, sad, or romantic. No! It's just over the top, energetic, pretty, and that music video is so good! It's that special magic you feel when you listen to Aqua's Barbie Girl. It might not be the best song to play in front of the general public, but who cares? That shit slaps! You knew this song had to make it to this video. There was no way this couldn't be here. Kabamita is perhaps the most recognizable karaoke song in the whole series, and it's no wonder why. It has been featured in Yakuza 5, Zero, Like a Dragon, had a shitty rearrangement in Kiwami, and it acquired a meme status so big that for me, it ended up becoming super annoying for a time. But hey, at least now people refer to Kiryu as Damedane guys, so that's cool. Still, Kabamita was for a time my absolute favorite karaoke song in the whole series, and it shouldn't come as a surprise, because even if you ignore its meme status, this song is good. Really, genuinely good. It's so heartfelt, sorrowful, and tragic. Every single line sung by the characters shakes you to the core. Do you know what's my favorite part about it? You listen to Saejima and Namba's versions and they're fine. You listen to Kiryu and it's incredible. But then comes the Akiyama version and... I cannot describe how perfect, how amazing, how superb the Akiyama version of Kabamita is! It's almost as if the voice actor went through all the pain the lyrics talk about. All in all, Kabamita is a stupendous song that shouldn't be diminished because it's a meme. Tell your friends to play the games Tameda Negai comes from and you'll be doing the world a favor. This next song is super meaningful for me. I've told you before how much I love Yakuza Like a Dragon. This game left me a strong message about never giving up, and how one can always get back up no matter how low they can be. This message was embodied in Ichiban Kasuga, a man who easily and quickly climbed his way to become one of my favorite video game characters of all time. He is someone who inspired me as a person. What does that have to do with this video? Everything I just told you can be condensed in the karaoke. The Future I Dream Of is a song that reflects everything I admire about Ichiban Kasuga. He's a dreamer who loves his friends and wants to be a hero, and it's hard not to be moved by that. I'd be lying if I said I didn't cry when I read the translation to what the lyrics meant. This part in particular always gets me. It resonates strongly with me.
成り上がるぜ世界で一番かっこよくて強い勇者になり上がるぜ世界で一番君を笑顔にできるような男に答え合わせにゃまだ早いぜどん底から夢見た姿へ
If there's one bad thing I have to say though, is that the English version fucking sucks. I get what they were going for, they wanted to keep the main message while giving it a more gamer context. But I think it's cringe and the song sounds like that video of My Life is Like a Video Game, which I cannot show due to possible copyright claims. But if you know, you know. I don't wanna sound like Watch Mojo, but before we get to the #1 spot, I wanna give a quick look to some honorable mentions. Shit, I sounded like Watch Mojo. Saturday Night Star Lover. As I've mentioned in previous videos, Yakuza 3 was the first game I played in the series, and a moment I will remember forever is when I finally got to the karaoke for the first time, and I remember loving the shit out of it. The first song I heard there was Saturday Night Star Lover. The song itself is nothing outstanding or special, but I like the bubbly vibes it has and the broken English adds some charm to it. Where Has Your Touch Gone, Ring, and Rouge of Love. Almost the same case as Raindrops, these songs are pretty and melancholic, and the only reason they're not top 10 is because they don't hit the same mark as the latter. Maybe it's because they lack Hannah's voice, it's probably that. Judgment, Hands, and Today is a Diamond. Great songs, but the sole fact they're sung by Kiryu. The first one is wild, the second is beautiful, and the third is so cheery until you figure out the underlying meaning of its lyrics. And I'm serious, search for a translation, and the happy image you had about it completely breaks. Pride from Despair. An underrated track I barely see people talk about. I love its pacing, rhythm, and how it's a great reflection of Kiryu and Majima's relationship. Get to the top! Here's the twist. I hate this song. I think it's one of the worst, and I only needed to mention that to add some controversy to the video. But I fucking love the musical video. It's seriously one of the best, and it carries the whole experience. Konan Janai. This song is weird because I used to hate it. Because in Yakuza 5 you had to listen to the first seconds of it over and 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 over. It was incredibly tiring. But I don't know what happened. Even though I don't care about titles and my feelings for Yakuza 5's story are sour, Konan Janai is one of the few things I can say I liked more as time passed. Sega should just rename it to Haruka's Stockholm Syndrome song. And finally, there's the vocal tracks from the whole series. Yeah, they're not karaoke songs, but where else will I have the chance to speak about them? They deserve some spotlight because they're all genuinely great. For Fate is so memorable because the English makes no sense. Ichibanka because it's a celebration of the series having a brand new face. And Arpeggio because it's a masterpiece. It's simply a masterpiece. And because Judgment has no karaoke, unless you want to count the dancing minigame from the sequel. But anyway, it's time we move on to what I think is the best. The absolute best song in all of Yakuza.
二人きりの上で1億2億100億のキスを浴びせてやる Baby
Machine Gun Kiss has everything I love in a song. It's hyper, fast, cool, catchy, motivational, wholesome, and it's incredibly romantic. This is a song that gets me excited every time it plays, and every time it ends I can't help but listen to it again because it's so perfect. I don't care who is the singer. Kiryu, Shinada, Adachi, all three of them deliver everything I love about this song. It makes me look at them and say, God, wish that were me. I also think the English version is great too. You just can't fuck up Machine Gun Kiss. And it's so weird. I first played Yakuza 4 in 2017, but I didn't know about this song's existence until 2 or 3 years later. That's the sole reason Kabamita was my favorite for so long. And I can't help but wonder why. Maybe I never entered the karaoke as Kiryu in 4? Maybe, but anyway. Once I finally got to listen to it, I thought, this is it? This is the pinnacle. There's no way they can make anything better than this. A long time has passed and I'm still right. Unless Yakuza 8 manages to prove otherwise, Machine Gun Kiss will remain for me the best karaoke song in the entire Yakuza series. You know why I decided to make this video? Because I love the context behind these karaoke songs. Think about it. Ryuga Gotoku Studios could have easily gotten licensed music from other artists and called it a day. And while it would have been cool to have Plastic Love in a Yakuza game, they still went all out to make their own music. And as we saw throughout the video, they have so much love and quality behind them. You can easily put them in an album, sell it, and nobody will complain because they're that well done. If they put so much effort for just one minigame, that speaks lengths on how incredible the rest of the games are. But anyway, thank you so much for your time, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you think there's a song I missed or you wanna fight, you know the comments are always open. And as usual, I wish you a wonderful day and take care, I'll see you next time.